25th of April, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua, Acharei Mos.
Do me a favor, just cross the bridge away, and let's open it and get in our room. Oh, you see that?
We're going to speak Pala.
Should be here. He's requested admission. Oh, I forgot to. I did admit. Okay, I made a mistake. Now he should be coming in. Here he is.
No, there he is.
Hello, Rabbi Moore. You're muted. No, now you're not. But we can't see you.
1 second. Now you can see me. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a quick question for you. You do translations. Do you do that for a Parnasa?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm interested in having some things translated. So I have one document that's English needs to be translated to Hebrew.
Okay, which is not my forte. My forte is Hebrew into English. But
Okay,
I can probably be able to do it for you as well. Okay. This is for official purposes?
No. One is a memoir that my wife wrote for the
Wendy,
and she wants
How long is it?
Pala for me.
about 20 pages.
Okay.
And then my son wrote a book in Hebrew. It's a commentary, and it's also short. It's also about 20 pages, I think.
What is it on? What's your son's safe on?
It's a commentary
Subject matter.
Gemara. You know what? Let me. I'll get you some information and email it to you. I just wanted to find out from you if you're interested.
Right now, actually, I'm in between projects, so it could be I will have some time.
All right, great. I'll put together some information on it and email you.
Okay, fine. Say it again. Very
Thank you
good.
so much.
Okay, let's go. Okay. We were up to okay. We hadn't done the Rashis yet. I think we're up to your turn, Mayor. No? I'm not sure.
We were at Pasuk Gimel. Dalit. I mean, yeah. I think we did the first one. We could review it though, if you want.
Yeah, let's go over it. Okay.
Okay. So let's see what the pasuk is. Okay, so it says Ketonet Bad Kodesh Yobash Mikneseva Iyu Al Bisaro Uve Avnet Bad Yachgor Uve Mitznefet Bad Yitznof Bigdei Kodesh Haim Verachatz Bamayim Et Bisaro Ulevesham. Okay, so let's see. You wear the sacred linen ketonet. Let's see.
Yeah, Ksonius bad means between a shirt, a linen shirt,
A linen shirt.
a linen
Okay.
robe of holiness.
Okay.
Okay.
That will be on his body. Okay, his flesh, literally.
Yilbosh. 1 second. 1 second. First it says Ksonius bad kodesh yilbosh. He should dress himself with a linen shirt of holiness, literally means. Okay, he should
Mhm.
dress him. And linen pants shall be upon his flesh. Which is the moral defines that the pants were worn underneath the shirt.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Okay. And the pants on his, okay. Okay, hold on one second. His flesh. Okay, I'll need to save a sorrow. But Avnet Bad Yachgor. Okay, so that's a belt, right? Yachgor. He takes a belt, I guess
a linen belt, he
linen
shall
belt.
gird himself.
So gird himself. Okay. Ubemitz nefet bad yitznof. Snefet is like a linen
Turban.
bird turban, I think we said.
Let me see.
Okay. And let's see. Bigdei Kodesh Haim, they are holy garments. Virachatz b'mayim et bisaro ulevei sham. So he shall wash in his flesh in water and get dressed. Put them on. Okay. Let's see. So it says Ketonet by the Gomer, sacred shirt. Magid, this says, Sheino Mishamesh Lifnim, that he does not serve within. Okay.
Right? It means when he goes into the Holy of Holies, as we're going to see, this is the only time he does, right? He doesn't go in whilst wearing the regular 8 garments of the Kohen Gadol.
Okay, the 8 articles of clothing. Shehu mishamesh bahem, which I guess he usually serves with them. Bachutz, outside
Outside.
the Beit Hamikdash. Okay. Sheyesh bahem zahav, which are made of gold. Okay. Lefisha ein tegor naaseh
Sunday go.
negor. So let's see. So the prosecutor does not become the defense.
Right.
Okay. Ella be'arba'ah kikohen hedyot v'chulan shel.
It's the only serves with the 4 garments of the Kohen Hedyot. Okay. The kulon shel boots. All were made of
Linen.
Linen. Boots is the Aramaic term for linen.
Oh, okay.
You have it in the Megillah. Achuz b'chavlei boots argomon.
Right. Very good. Okay. So go on. Let's see. Kodesh Yobash. So he shall dress in holy articles, I guess. Sheyihiyeh Mishel Hekdesh. These are part of Hekdesh. That's the property of the Beit Hamikdash.
Right. Now Rashi is saying, Kodesh Yobash, you shall mikdash, meaning it shall be from the, as I mentioned yesterday, that they were to be acquired. The expense of these clothing was from the Kodesh treasury. from the Hektish treasury. It was not something which the Kohen himself had to pay for.
Oh, okay.
Just 1 second.
Okay, so we're from the treasury.
Morse code. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Chachamim points out that this is opposed to that the clothing was supposed to be Hektish treasury, but we're going to see soon that the Kohen had to bring a bull, par, but it was their Acharei, which was his. That came from his own pocket.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay, so Yitznof, where he covers his head. The Targumo, Yachet Reshe.
Upon his head.
Okay, so it's the Hebrew.
Rashi paraphrases it. Yaniach Barosha.
Rosho. Okay. Kamo, the Tanakh, Bigdo. Just as, let's see.
He placed his garment.
Oh,
And the
okay.
Targum translates that as Maches Te. She placed it.
Oh, she placed it. Okay.
Okay?
So what's va'achite? That's the verb?
That is the Aramaic translation of Vatonach.
Oh, okay. Very
she placed
good.
it back.
Okay, so the next Rashi, v'rachatz b'mayim, you shall wash in water.
Which means
okay.
immersion in water, which means
immerse. Okay.
In a mikvah. So
Oh,
Rashi
okay.
goes on to say,
Oto hayom ta'un tevilah. So on that day, he is required
to immerse himself b'chol chalifa yisov, whenever he changes clothing.
Okay, and that's v'chamesh pa'amim, 5 times.
5 times.
Hayam achalof, he would change. Me avodat panim. Pinim. Sorry. I think I made that mistake before too. Okay, so from the service that's of the inside, okay, the Holy of Holies, I guess. Avodat chutz, to the service outside. Umichutz lifnim, and from outside to inside. Umishaneh, bigdei zahav. So then he would change from the gold.
The Rashi's a little bit difficult over here because, okay, because really Rashi should have started with, he started out with the 8 begodim, and when he put those on, he immersed himself. So he started off, we'll start off, as I'm going to say over here.
So
he says, carry on, let's finish the Rashi here.
Oh, okay. So with the gold garments, okay. Livigdei Lavan, to the white garments. Umigdei Lavan, Livigdei Zahav. Oh, and then from the white garments to the gold garments. Okay. Ubechol Khalifa Ta'un Tevila. Okay, so at each time he changes, it requires Tevila, immersion. Ushnei Kiddushay Yadayim Viraglayim. 2 sanctifications of the hands and the feet, min ha-kiyor, from the kiyor. So the kiyor is just a vessel, right? It's not actually a pool or anything.
Yeah, it means the kiyah was the urn, special washing urn.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so let me explain something. So the Maisa, when the Kohen Gadol, every day when he started the service, he would wash his hands and he would also immerse himself before he began that. That was standard. One tefillah every day. That's when he changed from these weekday, shall we say, his ordinary clothing to his special priestly clothing. Now, that was tefillah number 1. Okay, then tefillah number 2 was he changed from the gold clothing to the special white clothing, the special linen clothing. Okay, that was tefillah number 2. Then he did the avodah, various things with the incense and bring the blood, sprinkling the blood and everything. That was done whilst wearing the white clothing. And then afterwards he changed back into the gold clothing. So then when changed from the white clothing to the gold clothing, that was tefillah number 3. Then after that, he changed back again into white clothing. And the Gemara says the reason why it's not written explicitly, but it's implied in the Psukim. And the Gemara explains that this was in order to go back inside, to, believe it or not, to clean up, to take out the vessels which he had used inside, and which have been, the incense had been already burnt up and everything, and to take them out, to clean up what was left behind. Okay, so we're up to number 4. He came out, okay, and then again changed into gold clothing. That was tefillah number 5. Okay, and right, and then so when he changed, now there's a machlokes in the Gemara when one second, the tefillah was done before he put on the new clothing. That's for sure. Question is when was the washing hands? Before he put on the clothing or after he put on the clothing? Was the true thing was he had to, okay, we'll see in a second. I'm not going to go to complicate matters over here. Okay, but I'll upon him, these were the 5 times he immersed himself. When he changed from weekday clothing to gold clothing. Second immersion when he changed from gold clothing to white clothing. Third one when he changed from white to gold. Fourth one when he changed again from gold to white. And the 5th one when he changed again from the white to the gold.
Okay.
Okay, and then Rashi says at the end, V'chol chalifa ton tefillah, every time he changed the clothing, he required immersion. And ushnei kiddushi yadayim raglayim in Acharei. Twice he needed to wash his hands from the urn. Once before the immersion and once after the immersion. And the question is whether the one after the immersion was that before he put on the clothing or after he put on the clothing, the new set of clothing. Okay?
Okay. Very good.
Very good. Let's go on to Pasuk Hey. There's no actually Rashi on Pasuk Hey, but let's go on, Luke, please. Pasuk Hey.
Ume'es Adas B'nai Yisrael Yikach Shnei Seirei Izim Lechatas V'ayol Echad Leolam Leola. Let's see. From the assembly of the Bnei Yisrael, he shall take 2 he-goats for a sin offering and 1 ram for an ola offering. Ola means burnt.
Yes, burnt offering.
Okay, so no Rashi on that. V'hik riv Aharon es par hachatas asher lo
Asher lo.
asher lo.
Right?
V'chiper
That's an asnacht over here. Okay, comma.
asher lo.
Chiper ba'ado.
Ba'ado uv'ad beso. So, and Aaron will bring a bull for a sin offering that
So
is,
bring the sin offering bull, asher lo, which is his.
which is his, and to atone for himself and also his household.
Right. It's
Okay.
interesting, ba'ad, what the word ba'ad means.
Yeah, I was stumbling on that a little bit.
Okay, it's interesting. Rashi seems to learn. Rashi says in a few places, ba'ad means in front of. Vayiska Hashem ba'adoi. The Kosh Baruch Hu closed the ark in front of Noach, meaning that Noach went in and then, well, you would say in English, someone closed the door behind him. But it means, the ba'adoi means that it was as a protection for him. Paro asked Moshe Rabbeinu, Hatiru ba'adi, pray in front of me. Don't go far away. Pray over here, right here, in front of me. And here the chipah ba'adoi means it should he should make an atonement to act as a protection in front of the literally means as a barrier in front of the Bnei Yisrael, in front of himself and for his and in front of his household, meaning that the service, the act of offering a chatos should provide a protection for himself from his sins, that he shouldn't be punished for his sins, and also as a protection for his household. Okay? So let's see the Rashi over here.
Espar hachatas asher lo. His own sin offering bull. Ha'amur limala. That which was mentioned above. The limedcha kan. The Torah teaches you here, shemi shalo hu ba, that it comes from himself. In other words, he pays for it.
Right. From his own pocket.
Velo Michel Tzibor, and not from the public funds.
Right. And that's what Rashi's playing off against what we mentioned before, that the clothing, Kohen Gadol's clothing was provided from the public treasury, from the Hektish fund. But the bull which the Kohen Gadol would offer, that he paid out of his own pocket. Lou, I'll ask you, how much does a bull cost?
Well, a lamb.
How much is it? A lamb
costs about 3,000 shekels.
A lamb costs 3,000 shekels?
Yeah.
Wow.
So a bull, I would imagine, would cost maybe 4 times that much. They're very big.
Wow. No, I'm just trying to make out how it's viable for a butcher to make money.
I'm not buying them in bulk.
I understand.
To a farm,
still,
in individuals. So I'm probably paying more than, you know.
the butcher, the meat company pays for them.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was something in the region of 1,000 shekel or something.
That's usually what I pay, about 3,000. And that's for the whole thing. But of
I
course, I only
understand.
get half of it. So I what ends up is that we sell the back half,
Right.
and then the fee for the shochet comes out of that sale. So I end up paying a little bit less than the full 3,000 for the half of the
Who
lamb.
Arabs?
What?
The hindquarters. Who'd you sell it to?
Either we sell it to a Sephardi or to a non-Jew. Usually a non-Jew, usually an Arab.
Uh-huh.
But
So I feel
we had a Sephardi rabbi once that was there, and he offered to buy it from us, so we sold it to him.
uh-huh. Well, okay, we'll have to discuss it another time with you, the whole thing. It's interesting.
It's
Maybe
very-
take me down one time when you have you Sheikh Jalam. That'll be interested to see. Okay. Actually, I have, somebody sent me actually a video of from Rav Machput, who's one of the top Sephardi Rabbonim on Kashrus. And he has, Rav Machput gives a whole, how should I say, a whole explanation, a whole lecture on how, with the practical, they brought the sheep there, and they actually shechted the sheep, and they showed all the different innards and different parts of the animal, the chalev, and what has to be separated, and whatever. I have actually a video of it. It's very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
also you have to give parts of it to the Kohen.
You give a part to the Kohen?
Yeah, you give the jaw.
Zroa l'chaim v'akeva, which is basically the cheeks, right? So the cheeks, the zroya, which is the front foreleg, right foreleg, and the stomach.
Right, now the stomach is of no use.
Right.
Yeah, it's
It's
not to me.
interesting.
So
The Torah requires it. Look,
right.
it's in Parsha Shoftim, Zroa l'chaim v'akeva.
But the
Okay.
other parts you give, that's also part of the expense.
Right. It's not expensive. That's part of this. The Torah tells you, Aser b'shvil shetisasher. Give Meiser in order that you should become rich. Whatever you give, it's because everything's a gift from Hashem.
Right.
And whatever Hashem provides us, it's from Hashem's hand. And we show our appreciation to HaKadosh Baruch Hu by also helping out the poor, or giving to whoever HaKadosh Baruch Hu prescribes to whom we should give it. We show our appreciation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and therefore Hashem sees that this is a good client of mine, Kaviyachal.
Right.
We show appreciation and don't think, oh, I can't, I want to keep everything for myself. Why do I have to provide for poor people? Or why do I have to provide for a Levi or Kohen or whatever? So then Hashem sees that and he says, that doesn't bode well with me. But if he sees that a person willingly is going to give to the poor people and to the Levi and to the Kohen and everybody else whom HaKadosh Baruch Hu prescribes to give to, he says, this person, I give to him and he does what I tell him to do. I'm going to give him more. That's what he means. Aser, the Gemara learns out, it's a play on the words. But aser to aser. Right? The pasuk in Parsha Acharei says aser, tithe, doubly tithe. That's really what it means. Your produce. So Chazal Darshan, aser, tithe your produce, b'shvil shetis asher, in order that you should become rich. And that's the way I explained it. That's the explanation. Everything comes from Hashem. So if Hashem sees the person who is giving to is treating what he receives with appreciation and fulfills all the mitzvahs so Hashem commands him to do with what he's given him, then Hashem says, okay, you did one thing, I gave it to you, and you did what you're supposed to do. Yeah, have again, and again, and again. Okay. Yeah, let's go on now to Pasuk. We haven't finished off. Yeah, right, one more Rashi here.
let's see, to atone for himself and for his household.
Right,
We said to atone in front of himself and in front of his household.
right,
Mis vader alav. He confesses over it.
right,
Avono sav, his sins. Vavonos beso, and the sins of his household.
right. And this way, the animal will act as an atonement. We say the slaughtering and the offering of the animal will act as an atonement for his sins and the sins of his household. Okay, this is all part of the avodah on Yom Kippur, which we say we commemorate that during the davening in Musaf on Yom Kippur. So we mentioned, and this is where it says 3 times the Kohen made a confession upon the animals. Okay, twice on his own bull, one for himself and his household, and the second time for all the other Kohanim. And then the third time, he made a confession upon one of the goats. There were 2 goats. So the goat that went to Azazel, he also made a confession upon that. And that was for the entire Jewish people. Right? That's what the Pasuk said. "V'chiper ba'adoi v'ad beiso v'ad kol kahal Yisrael." And on behalf and or as a protection for the entire congregation of the Bnei Yisrael. Okay, I think we'll hold it here. Okay, and
Rabbi, tomorrow I'm not going to be available.
so we'll meet then on Meet. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so then I'll bring you in tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem. Okay,
okay,
Shkoyach for telling
very
me.
good.
Okay, we'll see you then. Have a great day, everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Kol tov, be well.
Okay, take care, Yechiel.
Bye.
Have a good day, love.
Have a good day, Mayor.
Okay, you too.